Hello, survivors. This is your girl, Abby Ayola Williams, and you're now listening to How to Survive Society. How to Survive Society is a weekly podcast that features survivors. These are people that have been through the ringers in life. They've been through hell and back, but they choose to stay positive, they choose to win, they choose to thrive, and they choose to survive. So let's get right into it.
Great.
Hello, survivors. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of How to Survive Society. Today, I have Claude Racine
Yeah.
with us. She used to be a professional dancer that I've shared the stage with J-Lo, Chris Brown, the Pussycat Dolls, and many more. And now she's turned that around into being a coach. So we're gonna dive into her career as a professional dancer, the coaching business, and how that's helping people. So, hi, Claude.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, let's talk about. So, you say you're French Canadian. So, were you born in Quebec or?
Yes, I was born in Montreal, Quebec, and when I was 8, my dad got a job in Arizona, and so he moved us to the States.
Mm.
Yeah. So I basically feel pretty American by now.
So, how was your experience living in Arizona, the hot weather place, compared to Quebec?
Well, what's interesting is when we moved there, it was like the record high summer. It was like 120 degrees outside. And my brother and I were like, wait, we don't understand this kind of heat, but I ended up really liking it. So I live in Vegas now, which is the same kind of climate, and I love the heat.
Oh, amazing. I love Vegas. I've been there a few times and
Oh, yay.
there's so many things to do there. Oh,
So many.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why you moved to America after your dad moved there? Is it to pursue like your professional dancing career, or you just love the States?
Well, once we moved here, I never felt like a reason to go back. And so actually, when I was 13, my dad then moved us to Arkansas, which was another pretty crazy culture shock back in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
The South had like its own culture going on, and it was very, very interesting to adapt to. But after 7 years of living in Arkansas, going to 2 years of college, I was like, I need to get out of here and I want to go pursue like a dance career in LA. So that's when I decided to move to Los Angeles on my own to pursue a dance career.
Wow, that's pretty bold to move to LA. The reason why I say that is because I know how Los Angeles is. It's like everybody goes there to chase their dreams, which I am also planning to do later on in the future, once my kids are like a bit older, because I have kids ranging from like teenager to like 1 year old. So,
Wow.
so I have to really, really plan it because stability is very, very important. So I do get that. So when you were in LA, that's when you were able to um, dance for like J-Lo and all those people. So
Yeah.
was it through like an agency, or it was just something that you got yourself?
So my dad, his terms were, okay, cool, you can move to LA, but you have to find like something to do, like a school to go to, somewhere to train. So I was on, Google, like internet was like pretty new at that time. And I'm like, okay, what kind of scholarship can I get? What school can I go to? And I found a school called Edge Performing Arts Center, and they give scholarships out every year. So I worked my little tail off, saved enough money to fly there and audition for the scholarship. They pick like 20 people out of 250 auditioners, and I got it. So my dad like drove me cross country from Arkansas to LA, and I was training for a whole year
Mhm.
We weren't allowed to work professionally. So I trained for a whole year, dancing like 40 hours a week, and then working at Abercrombie and Fitch. My gosh. And then about 3 weeks after I graduated, so what they do when you're on scholarship, we have like a big end of the year showcase, and they invite all of the agencies in LA to come watch. And
Mhm.
after that, the different agencies will say, okay, we want to meet with Claude. So then I set up appointments to meet with all the agents that wanted to meet with me. And then I picked my agent from there.
That's amazing. So
Mhm.
now let's during the pandemic, right, which was like 2020, were you still a dancer then, or you were in the fitness by then?
No, so my son was born January 2020. So he was 9 weeks old when COVID hit. And
Mhm.
I had kind of taken like, not really a break, but we got like one job when he was 3 weeks old and we took it. But I was really not seeking work, but I was more in the choreography side when my son
Mhm.
was born. More behind the scenes. Like I was kind of done being a dancer. Like I didn't want to tour anymore, anything like that. So
Yeah.
when COVID hit, we were more doing choreography at that
Mhm.
time. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And
Mhm.
then you found yourself unemployed at that time?
Yeah, because when COVID happened in Los Angeles, they shut down the entire industry. Like there were no commercial shoots. People weren't allowed to hold auditions and like nothing, no set. All the sets were closed, like no TV shows were being filmed, no dance music videos, like nothing. So we were left with no work. And I was also hit with pretty bad postpartum anxiety and depression after having my son. Something I just never anticipated. Like I've never even dealt with anxiety or depression my whole life. So when he was born, 3 days after he was born, it just kind of like took over me. Um, so just being at home with nothing to do, no outlet, no work. I just was constantly on the search for something to do to get my mind off of, just whatever struggle I was going through. And that's when the direct sales world fell into my lap and kind of found me, an opportunity to sell makeup and skincare online. And I thought, well, listen, I haven't washed my face in like a year. I should probably get some good face, like skincare products and just start
Yeah.
washing my face and, maybe put some makeup on. There was never any reason to put makeup on during COVID or anything. So, um, I just started doing that and it really just started pulling me out of my dark hole that I was in because I would wake up and go live on Instagram and share these products that I loved so much and helping other women who were in the same situation as me. That was really cool. So having a purpose and having to show up for other people really helped me like get out
Mhm.
of my own head.
Yes, definitely. So that's how you were able to kind of put yourself out of the postpartum depression.
Yeah.
I I can understand because it's like you're so used to like doing stuff and being traveling and just
Yeah.
doing things on your own terms, and then this baby comes, and then you have to stop all that and tend to the one baby. I know
Yeah.
sometimes it can be like
Yeah.
sometimes like you don't even get to shower for like a few days because you have to make sure the baby's okay. Like I remember when I first had my child, like it was sometimes I'll even forget to shower because I'm just like because
Yeah.
you're scared if you leave the baby alone, they might stop breathing or it's just so many things going on in your head that
So
you
many
you
things.
become last. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
So,
gosh. It literally turned my world upside down. And I was like, wait, where's my freedom? Where's my space? Like where, and my husband had to work for the
yeah.
first 9 weeks before COVID. Like he booked jobs and was going on set. So like I'm at home 12, 14 hours a day with this baby, like just
Hmm.
losing my mind because I just wanted my old life back. Like really.
Yeah. I know. I
Yeah.
I know how it is. It's pretty insane when it happens to you.
It
So
is.
you said here that you were you battled Hashimoto's disease.
Yeah,
What is that?
so Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disease, so meaning
Mm.
like a disease where like the body kind of attacks itself. Um, and they don't really know the onset, but I'm now a functional certified nutritionist and a certified functional nutritionist. And through my studies, it's very apparent that most of all of our diseases are caused by the food we eat in our gut. And so, but I've always been so healthy, like professional dancer, fit body, like, so what happened was after I had my son, 6 months into it, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be healthy now. I'm gonna start working out again. And so I would work out every day, got my diet dialed in, and I would not be able to lose a single pound. And I was like, something's not right with my body. So I went to go get my blood work done, and the doctor told me I had Hashimoto's. So basically, you just have like too many antibodies in your body, and they attack the thyroid. So, thyroid controls a lot of your like metabolism and um, methylation and all that stuff in your body. And so when that slows down, then you just end up gaining weight. I was very tired, foggy, like my joints hurt so bad. I couldn't pick up my son. Um, so about a year and a half after my diagnosis, I found a functional nutritionist who like saved my life and helped me reverse the disease.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There, whenever I hear the saying, "Food is medicine," is
Yes.
literally it is because what you put in your body it's like a big deal. It's like you either eat to kill yourself or you eat to heal yourself. So it's a
100%.
yeah. So I'm happy that you found someone that was able to help you, get
Yep.
over the Hashimoto.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So what do you think is the biggest thing that holds people back from living the life that they want?
Their mind, themselves, all the limiting beliefs that they still believe, all the doubts and the fears that they are not capable of confronting and pushing through. Um, in dealing with my elite clients who are my one-on-one clients, that's the number one thing is just their own doubts and their own limiting beliefs and like, what will people think of them? Um, and to me, all of that stems from childhood trauma. And like, you really have to look at that and go, okay, those negative thoughts, those negative beliefs, anything holding me back from just flying and living my true authentic self is not my own, is not mine. Somebody else put there, and you have to work at like really looking at those thoughts right in the face and being like, absolutely not. You don't belong here. Thanks for playing. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like we usually get in our own way type of thing. I know it's all a mental thing. Like once you change your mentality, then things
Yeah.
start to change and you start
Yeah.
to realize maybe the problem I thought I had, it's not so bad after all.
Not really a problem.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's what I always say. It's like most people, in order to just get out of where they're stuck, you just need a mindset shift. But that's really,
Hmm.
really hard to do on your own. Like, I have 3 different coaches. You need people who are where you want to be, who have
Hmm.
gone through the adversity you've dealt with and figured it out to like look at you and be like, Claude, no, shut up. That's not how it's done. Don't like, that's not real. Here's what you are
Yeah.
going to do. And then you're able to, oh my gosh, I never looked at it like that. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. That's why I think coaches are so important. It's mainly for the mindset because anybody can get a workout and nutrition advice anywhere, right?
Hmm. It's true. It's literally like you can just go on the internet and search for exercises or
Yeah.
what can I eat? And it's true. Like what you really need is a mentor and a coach for sure. You're right
Mhm.
about that. So
Yeah.
how do you balance being a mompreneur, like a mother that's an entrepreneur?
Well, I always say like there's really no such thing as balance. Some days just require more of, me being a working person to focus more on my business. Some days require me to show up more as a mom. And I just take it day by day. My whole entire day from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep is scheduled. I have a very strict routine that I follow. I don't go to bed past 9 o'clock. Sometimes 9:30 is the latest, and that's on the weekends. Like, I won't go out past that time. I wake up at the same time every day. I eat the same foods. I count my macros. I have a very strict routine that I follow. Even time with my son is scheduled during the day, so I make sure that that's there. Date night, just being very intentional about how I live my life all the time.
That's amazing. So having like a schedule and actually be very intentional instead of
Yeah.
just waking up and you don't know what you're going to do today. So you just go with the flow. But it's better to just plan your life and your day. And yeah, that actually makes sense. Instead of, that's a good way actually to
Or else
balance.
you're just kind of in this like cycle of like life is just running you, So many of my clients are like, oh, I'm so stressed, and they have no control over the happenings of the day. And it is up to you to put that control in. And you can only really do that with scheduling, routine, and daily, like, non-negotiable habits. Oh, but what about like when my friend Jan wants to go have a drink and she can only go at 10 p.m.? Sorry, Jan, I can't see you at 10 p.m. Like, I am so dedicated to me and my growth and creating the best version of me every day. And I know how to put myself first. And I know that that is most important so that I can then be the best mom and the best wife and the best coach for all my clients.
That makes a lot of sense. So just schedule yourself and be intentional.
Yes.
So let's say someone is trying to lose weight, right? So what do you think is preventing most women from losing the weight that they want to lose?
I think I'm going to say this, it's confusion. I think in this day and age, there's just so much confusion about what they should be doing. Also lack of knowledge of what a female body is actually going through and how, like, we are not like men, right? So we can't treat our bodies the way that like our husbands do or do what our husbands do. So knowledge of really knowing, like, cool, what's going on with my body? Like, where are my hormone levels where are my hormone levels? And if they're off, cool, what's causing that? Gut health and your liver. And when you address that, now you'll see your hormones start to balance back out. But then the question is, how do I get my gut healthy? How do I get my liver back to, functioning properly? Nutrition. Okay, well, what kind of nutrition? Anti-inflammatory diet, and then adding things like fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, and things with sulforaphane in it, which help the liver, like microgreens. Now you've got yourself a freaking formula for success, right? And then you learn portions, macros. What does my body need for my goals, my age, my weight, height, all of that matters. And those things together. And the last piece of the puzzle, ladies, is building muscle. If you're not building muscle, you're literally saying, like, I don't want to be healthy, because muscle is the ultimate healing, like, component for our female bodies.
Those are great tips. So how would someone know if their hormones is out of whack? Like, how would you even know that?
Well, if your period, let's just start there. Let's say you have like irregular periods. Sometimes your cycle is 24 days, sometimes it's 29. If you have really bad PMS, anything, like if you feel really ragey, if you get angry, irritated, if you have horrible cramps, your back hurts, if you have really bad blood clots or heavy blood flow, or if you're spotting for a couple days and then you're really heavy, those are all signs that your hormones are out of whack. Other things like having a hard time sleeping, being fatigued throughout the day, that is a sign of hormone imbalance. But the good news is you literally can address all of these things through proper nutrition and exercise.
That's perfect. So have you ever thought about maybe writing a book that will help people that had the Hashimoto, that have the Hashimoto, and now they can reverse that because you were able to reverse your diagnosis. So have you ever thought
Yeah.
about writing a book about that?
I've thought about writing a book about many things, Abby, and now it's just like putting it into action.
Yes,
Yes.
I think you should because it will help people, to
Yes.
learn to reverse diseases and things like that. So I used to part of Beach Body popular 21-day fix.
I'm
I used
so
to
glad you asked because people
yeah.
ask this question all the time. Um, and like, I want to make it clear that me doing the 21-day fix real time, that I was just hired like as a cast member, right? So
Okay.
they have an audition and they like to hire dancers because dancers have a lot of control over their bodies. We can learn fast, our form is good. So I just went to an audition, got hired, got paid to do the job, and that was it. So I was never like a beach body. I wasn't part of the company, if
Yeah.
as it were. So no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated with, I know you say you like to schedule your time and stuff like that, but sometimes, even when you have a schedule, you might not be motivated enough to follow that schedule. So how do you stay motivated?
Motivation is like it doesn't I am not motivated every day. It's
Yeah.
called discipline. It's discipline of it doesn't matter how I feel. I know that I need to get these things done if I want my life to go a certain way. If I want to stay healthy, if I want to show up for my son and show him, a lot of parents are like, you need to be more disciplined. Okay, then you be more disciplined and show your child what that is. So I really, every day I wake up and I go, it doesn't matter how I feel. Do I have two legs that walk? Do I have lungs that work and arms and eyes that blink? Yes, then get your ass up and go get it done, because there are people out there who can't really. They, who are suffering. And so it's not about me.
Yes, that's right. You're right about that. It's about being disciplined because
Yeah.
discipline means nutrition. You have to be discipline your nutrition, your exercise, and things like that. So that's what it comes down to. So you're right about that. So
Yeah.
before we go, is there any last thing you would like to tell the listeners, and how can they reach you?
Well, first of all, thanks for listening. And then you can find me on Instagram. That's like my major platform, at Glow Up with Claude, Claude. And from there, I have a podcast called The Claude Code that you can listen to. It is not for the faint of heart. I cuss a lot. And so, just be ready for that. But it's really good, like mindset stuff. Awesome way to kick your week off. And yeah, but on Instagram, I post about everything else that I'm doing, my coaching business, how you can work with me as your coach, and all that good stuff.
That's perfect. And is there any last thing you would like to tell the listeners about, like any tips for someone that's, looking to get motivated to live the kind of life that they want? What kind of tip would you give that person?
I would say listen to your conscience and live conscience congruent. Don't deny the things that you're hearing in your head every day. Don't deny the butterflies in your stomach that say, oh yeah, like you should start that business. You really should quit that job. It's not serving you. You really should get up tomorrow at 6 a.m. and go to the gym. Like, listen to those thoughts. Don't just let them come in and ignore them. And guess what? As you elevate, you are going to have people who are against you. Your own family is going to be like, oh my God, like, isn't that a little rigid? Is that really what you're eating? Oh, you're not even drinking socially now? You're going to get people who just don't want to see you level up. And you have to be so strong and be like, thank you for your opinion that I didn't ask for. Yes, I'm going to continue to take care of me, because it's not just about the moment. You guys, we have to think about 10, 15, 20 years from now. And
Yes.
what kind of person are we going to be then? In a wheelchair, struggling with a disease? That's not where I want to end up. And these actions today are determining where you will be in 5, 10, 15 years. So listen to your heart and just go for it.
Thank you for that. I was laughing when you said when you're trying to elevate and then people will start making fun of you, because I became vegan in 2017, right? Me and my
Okay.
husband. And oh my goodness, did I get pushback from family members and friends? Oh my God,
Oh,
it's like they make fun of you. Oh, all you eat is grass, carrots. Like, and
yes.
then to make it worse, we don't drink. So oh my goodness, like we were like they.
It's really crazy. Then I just want to look at that. Like, how come nobody shames people for walking in with like 4 bags of McDonald's? Nobody's looking
Exactly.
at you going, oh, you're going to eat that? Nobody says that. Oh, how come I'm not shaming you for being a 45-year-old mom or dad and you're drunk?
Exactly. Exactly. But they
So,
love to shame people that wants to be healthy.
yes, even, moms like myself and whatever who are fit, there's definitely some shaming around,
Yep.
like, oh, you're just so concerned about the body. This is my one instrument God gave me, by the way.
Yes.
So
I
yeah,
love that.
I'm going to treat it with honor and respect. Yes.
It's so true. Because every time, because I have 6 children, by the way, so everywhere that I go, people are always like, huh? You have 6 children? You don't even look like you have one. Oh, you must exercise like every day. It's easy for you because it's genetics. I'm just like, you don't understand. It's harder for someone to stay fit
Yes.
than someone that was fat all their life to go skinny. Like people don't understand that. Like it takes more discipline for you to be fit all your life than someone that just decided, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds and then start doing it, you know?
Yes.
So I I've always, it even got worse at one point, like because on social media, people celebrate people that were fat before and
Yes.
lost the weight, but they don't celebrate people that kept the weight off throughout their lives because, like I said, that takes more discipline. So sometimes you feel like maybe I should gain the weight, then lose it so people can see.
That is true. It's like, oh, I mean, you're right. I never actually looked at it like that, but
Yeah.
nobody celebrates the fact either that, like, first of all, your body made 6 children
Mm-hmm.
and you still maintain a health. That's hard. Like the things that happen to your hormones just as a female, and
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that should really be celebrated for sure. You're right.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
100%. Moment of silence for them. I always say all the moms, women,
Yes.
women in general, but definitely like when you become a mom, you just go up a tier. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Moment of silence, 15 minutes worldwide at 3 o'clock PST. The whole world should shut down and we should bow down to all the moms. Just bow down
Yes.
because
Yes.
it is pretty incredible what our bodies do.
It is. It is. So
Yeah.
I would like to thank you for coming on and sharing those great, great, great gems. And for the listeners out there, please take care of yourself, take care of your mental, your physical, your nutrition, like because it all plays a part in how you feel, you know. So just live your life and be healthy. Thank you
That's right.
so much for coming.
Thank you, Abby.
Big, big thank you to our guest for today. And if you would like to learn more about today's topic, please go on howtosurvivesociety.com. There you can get some life skills courses and some merchandise and contact me if you would like to be a guest on the show. So thank you so much for tuning in, and have yourself a lovely day.